Good evening, everyone. Welcome to MBA Karo. I hope I'm live and audible to you. So I had done this. I have covered all the areas of QA. I did workshop on number system. I did on arithmetic, part one, algebra, and that was modern math as well. So everything has been covered. One thing which, like since the arithmetic is a large portion, I covered said that I'll cover it in two parts. In the first part, I had covered all topics except time, speed, distance, and time and work. Okay, so it had percentages, ratios, simple compound interest, profit loss, etc. I'm sure you must have gone through uh, those videos, and that would serve as a great source for your revision purpose. Okay, especially the ones on number system that has covered each and every type. Algebra has also covered a decent type of questions that you can expect. And arithmetic is a very vast one. And in today, I'm going to cover TSD and work-based questions. And these are two topics that you get in almost every examination. It is not only about just about CAT, but also about other examinations. That more or less you get a question from this. And there are a lot of concepts that are present in these two topics. Okay, so good evening, Venkat, Vivek, Abhishek, AK, Stuart, Yash, and everyone else. Welcome to this class. Okay, so if you are new to my channel, please don't forget to subscribe to my channel for quality content on MBA preparation. Let's start without wasting any time. So here's the first question. This is a kind of question that you encounter in several examinations. A person reducing speed or increasing speed. Okay, so what happens to the time duration and all. Okay, so it says that when a person reduces his speed from 105 kilometer to 90 kilometer per hour, he takes 20 more minutes than his usual time to reach his destination. Find the usual time taken by him to cover the distance. So these kind of questions like speed reduced, time increased, okay, and like a person going to school, uh, this could ask you about the usual time. This could ask you about the usual distance. Okay, so you need to see that that how does it uh, match. It won't be of 8 hour workshop. That was so tiring. I could not stay sane for the next 3 days. I had a headache all over, and it was just too tiring for me as well. It won't be an 8 hour workshop. Like it will cover the important varieties, right? The type of questions that you must cover in TSD and time and work, and how to approach such questions. Okay. So one thing you keep in mind is for all questions based on time, speed, distance. ठीक है चाहे वो like if it is related to train, it is related to like a person going or escalator or anything. ठीक है एक चीज याद रखना, the basic funda is time into speed is distance. Okay, now this definition keeps on changing for distance and speed. So for example, if it is a normal thing, then you say time into speed is distance. If it is a train, in that case speed is the relative speed when there are or whenever there are two bodies. Okay, so speed becomes the relative speed. Distance is the like in case of trains, it is length of trains and objects. Okay, so similarly if we talk about escalator, if we talk about, in this case the speed is the speed of the person, right? That steps per minute or per second, whatever it is given, and distance is the length of escalator. Okay, similarly if we talk about, let us say if we have a circular track, right? So in a circular track, the speed is basically the relative speed if they're running in the same direction, opposite direction. Distance is the length of track. So this is how basically the basic concept is time into speed is distance, right? The definition of distance may change in different scenarios. All right, okay, so let us solve this question. It says a person reduces his speed from 105 kilometer to 90 kilometer per hour. He takes 20 minutes more than usual time. So let us say usual time is t. Okay, so time into speed is distance. So t into whatever the speed is 90 105 Okay, that will be the distance given. Now he is covering the same distance. See, we know that the distance is same. So if he takes 20 more minutes, so that means he is taking t plus 20 minutes, and the speed is now 90. Okay, so we can say that this is you can say 70 is 60 plus 120. Okay, so that gives is t is 120, that is 2 hours. So normal time is 2 hours. Okay, as simple as that. Now they might ask you question based on it, that what is the distance traveled. Okay, so you multiply with that, right? So this is a pure simple question on time speed distance, that time into speed is distance. Okay, so if he suppose his normal time is t, and he's going at a speed of 105. Now you must be wondering ki that is given in minutes and is given in kilometer per hour. Why did I not change it, right? So you would have multiplied by the same factor here and same factor here, right? It does not matter. So when you convert to hours, you would have put upon 60, and here also you would have put upon 60, right? So this gets anyway gets cancelled. But if you have to find the distance, suppose it asks what is the distance traveled, right? So we know that 120 minutes, that is 2 hours. So into 2, you will get 210 kilometer. So this kind of question is very common, like child going to school, he gets late, he gets early. So those kind of questions. So late means, always remember in these questions, late is that you need to add that time. Okay, and if a person reaches early, then you must subtract that time. People do it the other way around, so they reduce the time. Okay, all right, the next question is, a cycle takes 18 seconds and 15 seconds to cross a man and a boy who are walking in the same direction at the speed of 5 kilometer per hour and 4 kilometer per hour respectively. Find the speed of the cycle. Again, keep the same thing in mind, that in both the cases the distance will be same. So just put in TSD framework, time into speed is distance. Okay, so you felt the paper was good. It was on the easier side though. The second one is slightly on the difficult side. Okay, so I'll be making a mix of those, and since I know that the kind of questions they ask, okay, so I've included all those kinds, like foreign words, like from where do you get the meanings of those words, plus some questions on figures of speech, parts of speech, etc. So I'll holistically cover those things in my mocks as well. Okay, so let's solve this question. How do we solve this question is, see, the cycle is going. So what will happen is, let us say there is a man walking here, right? And a cyclist, they're walking in the same direction. Okay, same direction. So if a cycle comes, okay, so bad at drawing things. Okay, so excuse me for that. So the man is going in this direction, the cycle is going in this direction. So it will take some time to cover that man. So what will be the time taken? The time taken will be the length of the cycle. Okay, cycle has certain length. So when a train crosses a man, the train covers its length. So in both the cases, the distance will be same. So let us put into the TSD framework. Okay, so time into speed is distance. So in the first case, we are given that time is 15 seconds. What is the speed? Speed is 5 kilometer per hour. But that is, as I said, that in case of train and some object overtaking another thing, right? That speed is not 5. The speed is actually the relative speed. So this is always a relative speed. Okay. So relative speed is basically, suppose the speed of cycle is s. Okay, and they are going in the same direction, so it should be s minus 5. Okay, similarly in the second case, the time taken is 15 seconds and the speed is s minus 4. All right, so now we know that time into distance, speed is distance, so we can say that 18 into s minus 5. Distance is same. What is the distance? Length of cycle. So in both cases the distance will be same because the cycle will be covering its own length in both the scenarios. Okay, all right, so 18 into s minus 5 is 15 s minus 4. Okay, so if we reduce it, this becomes 5s minus 6s minus 30 is equal to 5s minus 20. Okay, so this gives s is equal to 10. Okay, so speed of cycle is 10 kilometer per hour. So you want to verify, you put s is equal to 10, you will get the speed as 5 here and the relative speed will be 6. 18 into 5 is 60, 90, but that is not the length of the cycle because this is in seconds and this is in kilometer per hour. So you need to convert, right? Suppose if I ask you what is the length of cycle. So length of cycle is in meters, okay? So 18 seconds into 5 kilometer per hour. So we will convert it to meter per second. Okay, so 5 kilometer per hour into meter per second will be 5 by 18. So which turns out to be 25. But of course, like it's a question, right? So sometimes they give you a train is 800 meters long. It is actually not, right? So you just need to don't need to worry about that. But the concept is that the distance is the length of cycle, or it could have been a bus, right? So they change it to cycle. All right, so let's see the next question. Train A leaves Delhi at 9 a.m. and reaches Agra at 1 p.m. Train B, which leaves Agra at 8:30 a.m., reaches Delhi at 12 p.m. At what time do they pass each other? Now, when two trains start at the same time and the distance is given, the thing is easy, right? But in this case, we are not given the distance between the places, okay? And also, it does not give the distance. Distance is not given, and they are starting at the different times. So I'll tell you how to approach in this. Okay, so Manav, I expect you to do even better in the examination. Hopefully, you will get like 40 plus in quant itself. Okay, and do good in the other two sections as well. Okay, Snap Mocks. I'll share the link of that, and you can. I share on my YouTube community as well as. Uh, so, how to do this kind of question? Okay, so let's see this. How do we solve this kind of question? So remember, when two things do not start at the same time, if it is a train, car, or anything, if they do not start at the same time, just draw the diagram like this. So it leaves at 9 a.m. Okay, and it leaves at 8:30 a.m. Okay, all right, and it takes 4 hours. Okay, so A takes 4 hours and B takes 8:30 to 12 is 3.5 hours. Right. Now the distance is also not given to us, right? Okay. Yeah, so that is the correct thing, that you need to take the ratio of speed. So best is, like, since the ratio will come in fractions and all, let us just assume that take LCM of these two things as the as the distance between them, right? So let us say the distance is 14. Just for the sake of simplicity, let's take the distance as 14. Multiply these two for simplicity purpose. Okay, suppose the distance is 14. Okay, now what we need to do is, so whenever these two objects start at different time, so what the first step should be, that move the first train, whatever train, car, whatever, till second one starts. Okay, so it starts at 9 a.m. So in till 9 a.m. how much distance will it cover? Okay, all right, so let's do one thing, right? So we took the distance is equal to 14, so this is the time, so the speed will be 3.5, and its speed will be 4. Okay, so it is traveling, train B is traveling at a speed of 4. In half hour, that is 30 minutes, it will cover a distance of 2. Okay, so that's the first step that we have done. Second is find remaining distance. Now initially we said the distance is 14, right? We subtract 2, we get the distance as 12. Okay, so we get the remaining distance as 12. Then third step is meeting time is equal to that remaining distance upon relative speed. Since in these questions the trains will be moving towards each other, so relative speeds is added up. So relative speed is 4 and this is 3.5. So they are moving actually at a speed of 7.5 towards each other. Okay, so meeting time, so we found this, then we said that remaining distance is 12. Meeting time is 12 upon 7.5. Okay, so now this is will be in terms of hours. If you want to convert to minutes, that you can convert. So 12 upon 7.5 is equal to 1.6 hours. Now 1.6 hours is zero point 0.6 means like 36 minutes. So 1 hour 36 minutes. 1 hour 36 minutes from what time? From 9 a.m. Because now we, first of all, we need to bring both the bodies to motion. So when both trains are in motion, it's the time starts from 9. So 9 plus 1 hour 36 minutes, 10:36, the trains will meet each other. ओके, सो रिमेंबर दिस थिंग इन माइंड. यहाँ पे तो डिस्टेंस भी नहीं दिया है, पर कई केसेस में डिस्टेंस दिया होगा. ओके, सो देन इट बिकम्स सिंपलर. इन दिस केस डिस्टेंस वाज नॉट गिवन, right? And this, if this is the distance is not given, so I assumed this way. Otherwise, if the distance is given, use the normal distance. So first remember that move the first train till the second train starts, so that both are in motion, then only we can apply the formula of relative speed. Okay, relative speed, we say that a plus b, when they move towards each other, so that applies only when both of the trains are moving. Okay, so that's how you approach these kind of questions. Okay, so now this is considered as a difficult question, but like this is the approach. If you use, first move that first body, train, car, whatever, till the point when second thing starts, find the remaining distance, and meeting time is remaining distance by relative speed. And based on it you can have another kind of question, which is what is the distance from the point where, what is the distance from A और B where they meet. ठीक है, वो आप होपफुली निकाल ही लोगे. ठीक है, सो अगर पूछा होगा कि at what point do they meet, so you can tell that they are meeting at 10:36. Okay, 10:36 means this train has moved for 1 hour 36 minutes, 1.6 hours. ठीक है, 1.6 आवर्स के लिए 1.6 आवर्स. अब इसमें तो डिस्टेंस ही नहीं दिया है. ठीक है, वैसे डिस्टेंस दिया होता तो तब वो क्वेश्चन वैलिड बनता है. एट व्हाट टाइम डू दे मीट, what distance do they meet. Okay, all right, next question is a simple one, a boat and stream based question. So it says the time taken by a boatman to cover 48 kilometer upstream and 90 kilometer downstream is 9 hours. If the ratio of upstream speed to downstream speed is 2:3, Find the time taken by the boatman to cover 36 kilometer upstream and 54 kilometer downstream. टाइम का एलसीएम, हाँ, सो जस्ट मल्टीप्लाई, देखो अगर एलसीएम नहीं भी निकालना है सीधे मल्टीप्लाई कर सकते हो। सीधे मल्टीप्लाई कर दो एलसीएम। ठीक है, मतलब कभी हो सकता है कि एलसीएम नहीं निकालना आ रहा है डेसिमल और इसमें, सिंपली मल्टीप्लाई दोज टू वैल्यूज। So the boatman is going 48 kilometer upstream and 90 kilometer downstream in 9 hours. Upstream and downstream ratio is given as 2:3. Find the time taken by him to cover 36 kilometer upstream and 54 downstream. Now remember this thing, that you do not need to find the boat and stream speeds. ठीक है, कई बार हम क्या करते हैं, एक्स्ट्रा इंफॉर्मेशन निकाल देते हैं क्वेश्चन में, विच इज नॉट नीडेड, बिकॉज इट इज like, say let us say that the ratio is 2:3, so upstream speed be 2x, downstream speed be 3x. So we can say that 48 kilometers by 2x, that will be the time, plus 90 by 3x, the total time is 9. Okay, so in these questions remember that t1 plus t2 is the total time, so time is distance upon speed. Okay, so we get 24 by x plus 90 by, sorry, 30 by x, that is 54 by x, which is equal to 9, so x is equal to 6. So speed is 12 and 18. Okay, so 3 hours and 3 hours, so total of 6 hours. Yes, easy question. Okay, next, Vipul takes 60 seconds to move up an escalator which is moving downward, and he takes 20 seconds to move down the same escalator. How much time will he take to go up or down when the escalator is switched off? Escalator based question. How do we approach this? देखो, एस्केलेटर के क्या होता है, कुछ फॉर्मूला वगैरह होते हैं, ठीक है, सो मेनी ऑफ यू मस्ट हैव मग्ड अप दोस फॉर्मूले, ठीक है, सो आई रिफ्रेन फ्रॉम like mugging up a lot of formulae, ठीक है, instead if you understand things in a proper way, ठीक है, कुछ जगह पे हो सकता है फॉर्मूले याद कर लो, but if you understand, especially in TSD, you do not need to understand, like you need to do not need to mug up those formula, understand it conceptually, you will realize that okay, that is much better thing. You do not tend to forget anything. कुछ चीजें हैं जहाँ पे आपको, जैसे ज्योमेट्री है, ठीक है, वहां तो आपको फॉर्मूले याद करने ही पड़ेंगे, मतलब थ्योरम्स एंड ऑल दैट यू कैन नॉट डू विदाउट इट, बट escalator is something which can be done with the same approach. So what happens in an escalator is, escalator may also we keep that thing in mind as time into speed is distance, where distance is the length of escalator. Okay. Okay. Now it says that a person takes 60 seconds to move up an escalator which is moving downward. So escalator is moving downward, but this person he tries to go upward. Okay, and in the second scenario what is happening is, he takes 20 seconds to move down in the same escalator, so escalator is moving downward and he is also moving downward. Okay, so what happens is, if he is moving up, the escalator will push him back. Okay, the escalator will push him back, so his relative speed will be v minus e. Okay, his net speed will be v, let us call his speed as v and escalator speed is e. So in this case speed is v plus e, because he is moving down and the escalator is also going down, so that is adding to his speed. ठीक है, दोनों की speed add हो जाएगी ना. So as I said, time into speed is distance, so time he is taking is 60 seconds in this case, and in this case he is taking 20 seconds, right? Now this is equal to this. Why did we equate it? बिकॉज एस्केलेटर इज सेम, ठीक है, दोनों केस में सेम एस्केलेटर पे चढ़ रहा है ना, एस्केलेटर बदल तो नहीं रही है, सो द डिस्टेंस इज द लेंथ ऑफ एस्केलेटर, राइट? ओके, so this is equal to this because time to speed is the distance and distance is same in both the cases. So this is this. So we can say 3 and this is 1 time. So we can say 3v minus 3e is equal to v plus e, or you can say that 2v is equal to 4e, or v is equal to 2e. Okay. So his speed is double the speed of escalator. Okay. All right. Now what happens in this? Yes, it is like boat and stream only. Okay. It's just that up and down it is like person and escalator. Okay. So v is equal to 2e. Now we know that the distance is length of escalator. So let us put it in equation. So what is the length of escalator? 60 into v is 2e. So 2e minus e, that is the length of escalator, right? Now he is going when the escalator is switched off. So when the escalator is switched off, okay, when the escalator is switched off, the distance is 60e. What is his speed? Speed will be 2e. So time is. Now, do you find this thing relatable? In each of these questions, I'm using the same concept. The time into speed is distance, right? The definition of distance changes, the definition of speed changes, but the basic principle remains the same. The time into speed is distance. In fact, that is what the case in most of the arithmetic chapters, right? Like if you talk about uh, like this partnership, right? Profit is investment into time, right? It is like some multiple of certain thing. ठीक है. Interest is, it is like proportionality thing. ठीक है. So हर चीज basis based है आपकी arithmetic में proportionality पे, and also based on percentages. ठीक है. So if you have good understanding of percentages, proportionality, then you can do these things quite easily. Okay. All right. So this is how you do escalator based questions. ठीक है. एक और question देखते हैं escalator में. Paul and Ross walk up an escalator. Paul takes 3 steps for every 2 of Ross's steps. Paul gets to the top of escalator after taking 25 steps, while Ross takes only 20 steps to reach the top. How many steps are there in the escalator? Yeah, so that is, yeah, time into efficiency is work. So that is what TSD is all about. मतलब all arithmetic is all about. देखो अगर किसी ने ये कॉन्सेप्ट नहीं किए हैं, डोंट वरी, ठीक है, एस्केलेटर का चांस कम है आने का. बोर्ड बोर्ड से काफी काफी अक्सर आ जाता है, और रेस बेस्ड आता है. अभी रेस बेस्ड के भी कुछ क्वेश्चंस करेंगे. Now how do we do this is, in this case, think keep this thing in mind. So the distance is 25 steps, and for Ross is distance is 25, and for him the distance is 20. He's taking 20 steps. Okay. Now if you talk about the speed, his speed is 3, his speed is 2. Okay. So what will be the time taken? He will take 25 by 3 seconds. Okay. And he will take 10 seconds. है कि नहीं? अब जो तेज चलेगा वो पहले पहुंचेगा, isn't it? The person who will walk fast will reach early, okay, and the person who walks slow will reach later. Now you must be wondering ki how are their times different. I mean, that you must have figured out ki their times are different, but what about the distance? Why is their distance different? दोनों का distance अलग अलग क्यों आ रहा है? Any guess? Why is the distance coming different? 25 20 दोनों के उसमें अलग अलग क्यों आ रहा है? Why are they not coming? दोनों तो सेम एस्केलेटर पे चढ़ रहे हैं. Why is that the distance is different? यस, सो एस्केलेटर इज ऑल्सो मूविंग, यस करेक्ट। एस्केलेटर का डिस्टेंस होगा, ठीक है। नाउ इन दोनों का डिफरेंस कितना है? 5 स्टेप्स का डिफरेंस है, ठीक है। और टाइम का डिफरेंस कितना है? 5/3 सेकेंड्स। सो जो एस्केलेटर है दैट इज पुशिंग दिस गाय लाइक इन 5/3 सेकेंड्स, ठीक है। एस्केलेटर गिव्स अ पुश ऑफ 5 स्टेप्स, ठीक है। 5/3 सेकेंड्स में 5 स्टेप्स एस्केलेटर मूव कर रहा है। तो एस्केलेटर की स्पीड कितनी हो जाएगी? 3 स्टेप्स पर सेकेंड। 5 स्टेप्स 5/3 सेकेंड्स में कर रहा है। तो एक सेकेंड में कितना कर लेगा? 5/5 इंटू 3/5 दैट इज 3 स्टेप्स, राइट। सो एस्केलेटर की स्पीड हो गई 3 स्टेप्स। नाउ आप किसी को भी केस में ले लो, ठीक है, चाहे आप पॉल ले लो, चाहे आप रॉस ले लो, ठीक है। सो पॉल की स्पीड क्या हो जाएगी? दे वॉक अप एन एस्केलेटर एंड नाउ ऑब्वियसली दे मस्ट बी गोइंग, द एस्केलेटर मस्ट ऑल्सो बी गोइंग अप, ठीक है। द एस्केलेटर मस्ट ऑल्सो बी गोइंग अप, तभी ये दोनों इसको कम टाइम लग रहा है, मतलब इसे ज्यादा मतलब ये जल्दी पहुंच रहा है, ठीक है। सो व्हाट वी विल डू इज एस्केलेटर इज टेकिंग 3 स्टेप्स एंड ही इज टेकिंग his speed is also 3, right? So we can say that the distance is speed into time. So time is 25/3 and speed is 3 plus 3, that is 50. So the answer will be 50. अगर हम इसके केस में कंसिडर करते हैं, इस केस में टाइम कितना है? टाइम है 10 सेकेंड्स और स्पीड कितनी है? 3 + 2 5. So either case we get the answer as 50 steps. Okay, so that is the principle of escalator. In that case the distance is the length, the number of steps in the escalator, ठीक है। So अगर मान लो आपने एस्केलेटर नहीं पढ़ा है एंड इफ यू आर गेटिंग कंफ्यूज, जस्ट लीव इट, एक टॉपिक छोड़ने से कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता ज्यादा, ठीक है। ओके, सो इफ यू आर एंजॉयिंग दिस सेशन प्लीज डोंट फॉरगेट टू लाइक द सेशन एंड डू शेयर इट विद योर फ्रेंड्स आल्सो हु आस्क फॉर सम revision stuff. All right, so let's do the next question. In a 500-meter race, the ratio of the speeds of two contestants, Charan and Karan, is 4:5. Charan had a head start of 150 meter. Then Charan wins by how much distance? Yeah, so I took the difference between the distance, right? So the difference is of 5 steps, right? So in that 5.5/3 seconds, the escalator is covering that extra 5 steps. That's how I figured out the speed of escalator. Now this is based on uh, the speed of like head start, ठीक है। हेड स्टार्ट वाला क्वेश्चन है कि अगर हेड स्टार्ट दे दी तो क्या होता है। नाउ हेड स्टार्ट का मतलब होता है अ पर्सन स्टार्ट्स अहेड, ठीक है। पर्सन पहले स्टार्ट कर रहा है या फिर इट कुड बी ऑफ टाइम, इट कुड बी ऑफ डिस्टेंस। अब ये क्या है कि चरण करण की स्पीड 4:5 है। चरण हैड अ हेड स्टार्ट ऑफ 140 मीटर। सो देयर इज अ 500 मीटर रेस। सो 500 मीटर्स में से चरण हैज अ हेड स्टार्ट ऑफ 140 मीटर। So this is 140. So that means Charan has to cover just 360 meters and Karan has to cover total 500 meters. Now their ratio is 4:5. Okay. So the distance, see, if the distance, the speed is given to us and the ratio of distance covered will be, so 4:5 है ना. So this will be 360 is the distance, so he will cover 360 and this person will cover 450 in that, ठीक है। So इसे 500 meters cover करना था, he has covered only 450 meters, so this person wins by 50 meters. So you must understand what a head start is. Okay, head start means the person is starting early and he has to cover just 360 meters, right? Okay, so let's see the next one. A beats B by 15 seconds in a 200-meter race. B beats C by 25 seconds in a 500-meter race. C beats D by 32 seconds in a 800-meter race. And D beats E by 35 seconds in a 1 kilometer race. What must be the speed of A in order to beat E by 800 meter in a 2 kilometer race? Assume, acha, in these questions we need to assume in time speed distance questions, one thing that one must assume is their speeds are always constant, so these are five people. So we knew the relation between A and B, B and C, C and D, D and E. So we need to find the relation between A and E. So assume their speeds are constant. Irrespective of the distance. So what is the problem here is, what is the problem? Basically, we are given the relation between A and B. We are given the relation between B and C. We are given the relation. So let us find a single relation. First of all, we find a single relation that A और E के बीच में क्या relation बनेगा. Secondly, the distances given are different. Like 200 मीटर की रेस दी है, या 500 मीटर की दी है, या 800 मीटर की दी है, और या 1 किलोमीटर की दी है. बट पूछा किसमें? 200 की 2 किलोमीटर में पूछा है. ठीक है. सो व्हाट वी विल डू इज वी विल कन्वर्ट ईच रेस टू 2 किलोमीटर. ठीक है. सो इफ इट इज 2 किलोमीटर रेस, सो इनटू 10 हो जाएगा. ठीक है. ए विल बीट बी बाय 150 सेकेंड्स. है कि नहीं? तो ए जब रेस कंप्लीट करेगा, बी उसके 150 सेकेंड्स बाद आएगा. ठीक है. बी बीट सी बाय 25 सेकेंड्स इन दिस. सो इनटू 4 कर लेंगे इसे. सो बी विल बीट बाय 100 seconds. ठीक है. This is 32 seconds in 800 meter, 2.5 times. So that is 80 seconds. And D beats E by 35 seconds. So this में 70 seconds का gap आ जाएगा. Okay. So if A and E are running, right, A के इतने सेकंड बाद B कर रहा है, B के इतने सेकंड बाद C कर रहा है. So this is the gap that they have given. Okay. Now if we convert into a single thing, so we will get, this is 250, 330, 400 seconds. Right. So this gap is of 400 seconds. Now, what does this mean is, and also given that what must be the speed of A in order to beat E by 800 meters. So what it means is, when A finishes the race, E has covered, this is 800 meters behind. So E has covered 1200 meters. And A has covered a total of 2 kilometers. Now A is beating E by 40 seconds, 400 seconds, right? So this means E covers this in 400 seconds. E यहाँ से यहाँ तक 400 सेकंड ले रहा है ना, that is what beating by so much time. So E is taking 400 seconds to reach, like E is taking 400 seconds for this 800 meters. So E की speed क्या हो जाएगी? 800 by 400, that is 2 meter per second. ठीक है. E की speed 2 meter per second हो गई. Fine. Now E will cover this distance is 600 seconds. From here to here, E takes 600 seconds. And in 600 seconds, A is completing the race. So A की speed हो जाएगी 2000 by 600. Because that is the race and this is the time taken. So that will come as 3.33 meter per second. Okay, so this will be the answer, 3.33. So what we did was we found the relation between A and E. Okay, and then compare that A is beating E by 800 meter and also by 400 seconds. So A is beating E by 400 seconds. That means in 400 seconds E will cover that 800 meters. Okay, so E की speed आ गई 2 meter per second. E covers 1200 meter in 600 seconds, and in 600 seconds A has finished the race. So we get the speed of uh, A using this. Alright, so let's see the next problem that is based on circular race. In a circular track of 48 km, A and B start from the same point at the same time with the speeds of 54 km per hour and 90 km per hour. Find when will they meet again for the first time on the track when they are driving in the same direction and opposite directions. Now let us understand the concept of meeting in a circular track. Okay, so let us say if two people are going in opposite direction, so this person covers certain distance, the second person covers certain distance, right? So the total distance is length of track. D is equal to length of track, right? So in our time framework we say that time into speed is distance and distance is length of track, speed is A plus B, the sum of the speeds. Okay, and if they are moving in the same direction, then how do they meet? So let us say this person is moving and the other person is moving. Okay, so now when this person moves, this person will be ahead of this person after covering certain distance. Let us say this person has reached, let us say the person has reached here and this person has reached here. Okay, so in this case the extra distance is one more track, right? One times the length of track. So again that thing becomes times to speed is distance, this distance is that one length of the track. So in either case we take the length of track as the distance. Okay, so in this scenario if we talk about that when they're covering 48 kilometer, right? So if they go in the they go in opposite directions, right? So what is the relative speed? Relative speed in this case is 144 kilometer per hour. Okay, so when they move in opposite directions 54 and 90, the relative speed is 144 kilometer per hour. The distance they have to cover is 48 kilometer, so 48 by 144. Okay, so that comes as 1 by 3. Why is it wrong? Something wrong in this. 20 minutes आ रहा है तो आंसर. Isn't it coming 20? Zeros missing. 20. 4.8 में क्या आ रहा है? 4.8 में 2 मिनट्स आ रहा है. हाँ हो सकता है मैं भी टाइप हो. 4.8 किलोमीटर लेके देखते हैं. ठीक है, हाँ क्योंकि इसमें 20 आ रहा है. सो इफ वी टेक 4.8 किलोमीटर, राइट? सो this will be, in that case it will be 1 by 30 और 2 minutes आएगा. हाँ तो टेक दिस एज 4.8 किलोमीटर। ठीक है, तो वही मिस्टेक होगी। ठीक है, 4.8 किलोमीटर होगा। हाँ तो 80 और 20 आ रहा होगा, सो वही होगा, 4.8 किलोमीटर लेते हैं, सो इट विल कम एज 2 मिनट्स। ठीक है। Now, when they go in the same direction, right? So, what is the relative speed? Relative speed is A minus B. Okay. So, this is 90 and this is 54. The relative speed is 36 kilometer per hour. Okay. And the distance is 4.8. Why is the distance 4.8? That extra distance that it is taking. Okay. So, relative speed का concept क्या है? Relative speed means that if one vehicle is stopped, with what speed is the second vehicle moving, or that person is stopped, what is speed the second object is moving. So the relative speed is 36 and it has to cover one more track, right? So t will come as 4.8 by 36. That will be in hours. If in convert into minutes, that will be into 60. Okay, and this will be 8 minutes. ठीक है, सो 8 मिनट्स एंड 2 मिनट्स आंसर आ जाएगा। वैसे आ रहा होगा आपका, अगर 48 लिया होगा तो 80 और 20 आ रहा होगा आंसर। ओके, सो टेक 4.8। ठीक है, उससे आंसर सही आ जाएगा। ये 4.8 लेंगे, दैट विल गिव अस द राइट आंसर टू दिस। राइट, सो दिस इज हाउ वी डू दिस सर्कुलर ट्रैक, जिसमें लोग ऐसे सेम डायरेक्शन या ऑपोजिट डायरेक्शन में जाते हैं। Yes, that is doable under examination pressure. Right, just that this value was incorrect, but yes, it is quite much doable. Okay. All right. So this is the next question. It says a tiger was 30 meter away from his cave when he spotted a deer inside it. Both start running simultaneously. If the deer runs towards the open end of the cave, he is caught at the cave opening. If he runs on the opposite side, he is caught at the other end of the cave. If the tiger's speed is 2.5 times the speed of the deer, find the length of the cave in meters. Okay, another interesting question. The deer's dilemma. So no matter where the deer runs, it will be caught at the uh, scores fluctuating. Yeah, that happens. Scores do fluctuate. There are certain things. Okay, I'll try to upload something on that. Uh, that how to pick RCs and all. Right? It is not about the topic. The mistake that people do in RCs is they think कि topic wise पढ़ना चाहिए RC. Topic wise नहीं पढ़ना चाहिए. It is about the type of questions. ठीक है, अगर inference based questions आ गए ना, तो familiar topic भी होगा तो भी नहीं होंगे. But let us say if they ask you about the structure based questions, or they ask you about the other kind of questions like tone of the author or those kind of things, अगर आपको tone के words पता है तो ठीक है, या फिर दे आस्क अबाउट द मेन आइडिया एंड ऑल, तो टॉपिक डिफिकल्ट भी होगा, यू कैन डू दैट अगर एग्जांपल्स पूछे या एंड ऑल। बट इफ इन्फरेंस बेस्ड क्वेश्चंस आर आस्क्ड, ट्राई नॉट टू अटेम्प्ट दोस वंस। मान लो किसी आरसी में 4 में से 3 इन्फरेंस बेस्ड क्वेश्चन पूछे, आपने को सोचा कि कॉन्सेप्ट तो मुझे आता है, मतलब ये टॉपिक फेमिलियर है, वी टेंड टू अटेम्प्ट दोस। ठीक है, सो दैट इज द की, इट इज अबाउट क्वेश्चंस नॉट अबाउट द टॉपिक। Also, like try to maximize attempt, because in RCs you are never sure of the answers. ठीक है, even the best of the people, quant और LR में आ जाता है ना कि कॉन्फिडेंस आ जाता है, अनलेस सिली मिस्टेक भी होगी पता चल जाता है कि कितना सही करके आए हैं। हाँ, कॉन्टेक्स्ट बेस्ड क्वेश्चंस या कुछ होते हैं, तो दोज आर कंपैरेटिवली इजी। ओके, सो लेट अस सी दिस, इसको विजुअलाइज करते हैं। एक यहाँ पे टाइगर है और ये डियर है यहाँ पे। ठीक है, तो टाइगर अगर यहाँ भागता है, ये यहाँ भागता है, तो दोनों यहाँ पे पकड़े जाते हैं, इसे खा जाता है। ठीक है, और अगर ये इधर भागेगा तो ये थोड़ा दूर बनाते हैं, थोड़ा ज़्यादा डिस्टेंस है, राइट। तो टाइगर इसे यहाँ पे पकड़ लेगा, ठीक है। सो दिस इज द पुअर deer, he cannot escape from the tiger. All right. Okay. Okay. So what it is given that the tiger is 30 meters away from his cave, right? And he spotted a deer. Both start running simultaneously. The deer runs towards the open end of the cave. He's caught at the cave opening, right? So suppose he is running towards this side. Okay. So he's caught here, and we are given that the tiger's speed is 2.5 the speed of the deer. Okay. So we know that distance is directly proportional to speed. ठीक है। अगर टाइम सेम है, एक ही टाइम पे ये भागना स्टार्ट कर रहा है ना, इसने टाइगर ने इसे देखा और टाइगर ने एकदम से दौड़ लगा दी और उसने भी उसी समय भागना शुरू किया, ठीक है। सो इफ यू लुक एट द डिस्टेंस, ही इज कवरिंग 30, सो ही विल कवर 12, है कि नहीं? बिकॉज द द टाइम इज सेम, सो the distance will be proportional to their speed. So if he is covering 30, he is cover 12, right? अच्छा, अब यहाँ से यहाँ तक distance मान लेते हैं x. So when the tiger is covering, how much the tiger has to cover? 42 plus x plus 42. The deer will cover x, isn't it? So that ratio is also 2.5. So we get that 2.5x is equal to x plus 42. So that gives us x is equal to 28. So यहाँ से यहाँ तक distance हो गया 28. 28 plus 12, the distance is 40 meters. ठीक है, समझ में आया? ये स्ट्राइक नहीं हुआ था. Haven't you seen this kind of question? मॉक्स वगैरह देते हो, कहीं देखा नहीं इस तरह का क्वेश्चन पहले? नो प्रॉब्लम, नहीं देखा तो कोई बात नहीं. नाउ यू नो हाउ टू डू दिस काइंड, ठीक है. सो समटाइम्स लाइक क्वांट में तो फिर भी उतना नहीं होता. DILR इज वेयर यू नीड दिस काइंड ऑफ थिंकिंग, कि मतलब लाइक यू शुड बी एबल टू थिंक ऑन द स्पॉट. अब जैसे एक क्वेश्चन था, अगर आपने नहीं देखा तो थोड़ा सा दिमाग लगाते कि क्या कहना चाह रहा है, कि इधर भागेगा तो यहाँ पे पकड़ में आएगा, इधर आएगा तो इधर पकड़ में आएगा. ओके, सो इज इट क्लियर? हाउ डू वी फाइंड दिस? So if he is running this side, the tiger will cover 30 and the deer will cover 12, because their speed is 2.5 times. And let us say the distance is x. So when the tiger is covering x plus 42, this is 12 and 30, and this is x. The deer is covering x. Okay, so you get the value of x as 28, and hence the length of cave is 40. Okay, so let's move to the next question. A, B, and C started from the same place and traveled in the same direction at the speeds of 60, 50, and 40 km per hour. B started 3 hours after C, and both A and B overtook C at 7 p.m. on the same day. When did A start? So three people going in the same direction. Their speeds are given to us. B started 3 hours after C, and both of them, A and B, overtook C at 7 p.m. So first of all, C will start because C is the slowest. Okay. A few moments later, then B starts. यहाँ पे moments नहीं होगा, hours होगा. ठीक है, moments तो ज़्यादा हो गया. Okay, 3 hours later, B also starts, and a few hours later, right, A starts. C की speed है 40, B की speed है 50, और A की speed है 60. So it is asking, when did A start? How to solve this question? So the thing is, you do not have to have any preconceived notion. That is the rule, right? You do not have to use your prior knowledge of that thing. So basically, we get opinion-based RCs, ठीक है? And you need to align with the author's opinion. जो author कह रहा है वैसा मानना पड़ेगा. If the author is saying that environmental degradation is good, you have to agree with the author. That is the case there. So you do not have to use your own thinking. You just need to align with what the author says. So how do we do this is, see this thing, they all meet at the same time at 7 p.m. ठीक है? So let us say that like we do not know the time taken by these things. So let us take C took uh, like B started 3 hours after C, right? So suppose C ने X hours travel किया, ठीक है? तो B कितने hours travel करेगा? X minus 3 hours. Distance same है ना? They start from the same place, ठीक है? गाना ना सेम टाइम सेम जगह, सेम टाइम तो नहीं था बस जगह सेम थी, ठीक है? ऑलराइट, सो डिस्टेंस कवर्ड बाय ऑल ऑफ देम विल बी सेम. डिस्टेंस इज टाइम इनटू स्पीड. सो टाइम इसने लिया x आवर्स और स्पीड थी 40, सो 40x हो गया. दिस इज इक्वल टू 50x-3, क्योंकि ये 3 घंटे बाद स्टार्ट हुआ. सो टाइम टेकन इज x-3. ओके, सो वी गेट 50x-30. सो 10x इज इक्वल टू 30 और x इज इक्वल टू 3 आ जाएगा. नहीं, 10x इज इक्वल टू 50, x इज इक्वल टू 15 आ जाएगा. सॉरी, 15 आ जाएगा. 600 और 600, ठीक है? सो सी ने 12 आवर्स लिए, ठीक है? 15 लिए, इसने 12 लिए. तो टोटल डिस्टेंस कितना हो गया? टोटल डिस्टेंस हो गया यहाँ से यहाँ तक का 600 किलोमीटर्स. Isn't it? So they are meeting at the same place, so distance is same. Time, we do not know this, we do not know the time. So let us say C took x hours, so B will take x minus 3 hours because B is starting 5 hours later, 3 hours later. Okay, so A will take 10 hours, और 10 आवर्स में वो 7 पीएम पे पकड़ रहा है, ठीक है? सो 7 पीएम 10 आवर्स कहाँ से होंगे? 9 एम से होंगे ना. 9 एम से अगर आप 10 आवर्स काउंट करोगे, सो द आंसर इज 9 एम. ओके, सो सी स्टार्टेड एट 4 एम, ठीक है? बी स्टार्टेड एट 7 एम एंड ए स्टार्टेड एट 9 एम. इज इट क्लियर? So these two questions, the previous two were the non-conventional ones. ठीक है, इसमें आपको सोच लगानी पड़ती है कि एक तो कन्वेंशनल हो जाता है ना कि हाँ ये रेस में भाग रहा है, ये सब कर रहा है, तो दैट इज कन्वेंशनल, यू नो कि अच्छा ये तरीका होता है. सो अंडरस्टैंड दैट फ्रेमवर्क, क्योंकि अगर वो चीज समझ में आया रहेगी ना, तो कोई भी क्वेश्चन दे दो टाइम स्पीड डिस्टेंस का, ठीक है? फिर वो वैसा नहीं होता कि आपने जो पर्टिकुलर टाइप किया वही आएगा, ठीक है? सो दैट इज व्हाई इट इज इंपॉर्टेंट टू अंडरस्टैंड दिस थिंग दैट टाइम डिस्टेंस इज, लाइक अगर ये फ्रेमवर्क दिमाग में लेके चलो कि तीनों केस में डिस्टेंस सेम है, ठीक है? सो टाइम इनटू स्पीड इज डिस्टेंस, ठीक है? टाइम हमें नहीं पता तो हमें ऐसे x मान लेते हैं, और इसका टाइम 3 आवर्स लेस है तो x माइनस 3 टाइम हो जाएगा, ठीक है? स्पीड तो दी हुई है, सो इक्वेट दिस, यू गेट दिस. So that is the significance of using this framework in all the questions. Even if you do not know कि कोई नए तरह का क्वेश्चन भी आ जाएगा ना, you would be able to solve that if you think in that way. Okay. All right. So this is another thing which is an interesting concept that you must know. Right. It says two friends Amal and Vimal leave city P and Q simultaneously and travel towards Q and P at constant speeds. They meet at a point in between the two cities and then proceed to the respective destinations in 48 minutes and 27 minutes respectively. How much time did Bimal take to cover the entire journey between city Q and city P? इस क्वेश्चन को कैसे करते हैं? डज एनीवन नो द रूल बिहाइंड इट? इस तरह का क्वेश्चन देखा है कभी रेस बेस्ड में कि ये गाड़ियां यहाँ पे मिली और इनने इतना टाइम लिया, रिमेनिंग डिस्टेंस का टाइम दिया रहता है. डू यू नो हाउ टू डू दिस? द फॉर्मूला फॉर दिस? 63 minutes. Okay. So A and B leave city, P and Q. A यहाँ से यहाँ जा रहा है, B यहाँ से यहाँ जा रहा है. ठीक है. Now what happens? हाँ. So basically in this case is S1 ratio S2 is equal to under root of T2 ratio T1. ये याद रखना. ठीक है. Where T2 is the time that they take. ठीक है. So इनका रेशियो हो जाएगा लाइक अगर मैं A की स्पीड और B की स्पीड की बात करूंगा, A रेशियो B की स्पीड, दैट विल बी इक्वल टू रूट ऑफ B का जो टाइम है और जो A का टाइम है, जो मतलब ये मीटिंग पॉइंट के बाद का टाइम. So that is root of 27 by 48. ठीक है. So that is 3 से चला जाएगा, that is 9 and 16. So 3 by 4 आ जाएगा. Right. So that is this A ratio B की स्पीड हो जाएगी 3:4. ठीक है. देखा, अब याद नहीं आ रहा था तो अब याद हो गया. दिस द थिंग अबाउट रिविजन. ठीक है. तो इनकी स्पीड हो जाएगी 3:4. अब ए यहां से यहां तक लेटेस्ट से यहां तक टी टाइम ले रहा है. ठीक है. तो बी भी यहां से यहां तक टी टाइम लिया होगा क्योंकि ये मीट कर रहे हैं ना. ये स्टार्टेड फ्रॉम द साइमल्टेनियस, दे स्टार्टेड साइमल्टेनियस, दे स्टार्टेड एट द सेम टाइम. सो दैट मींस from here to here both must have taken t minutes. Okay. Now from here b is taking a is taking 48 minutes and b is taking 27 minutes. Okay. So their ratio of their speed is 3:4. Okay. Now another thing that you need to keep in mind is like that is the square root of this. Basically the time that t is और ये जो मीटिंग टाइम होता है ना, फर्स्ट मीटिंग, दैट इज अंडर रूट ऑफ दिस थिंग. ओके. दैट ऑल्सो नीड टू कीप इन माइंड. सो अब समझते हैं कि कैसे, अगर यहाँ से यहाँ तक t ले रहा था और यहाँ से यहाँ तक 48 ले रहा है. ठीक है. सो we do not know the distance, right? Let us say the uh, distance is uh, लेट अस से यहाँ पे ले लेते हैं, यहाँ से ले लेते हैं डिस्टेंस x और यहाँ से ले लेते हैं y. ठीक है. तो इसका टाइम टेकन कितना होना चाहिए? लेट अस से इसकी स्पीड है a की, इनकी स्पीड 3 और 4 है. सो a की स्पीड 3 ले लेते हैं, b की स्पीड 4 ले लेते हैं. ठीक है. सो यहाँ पे टाइम कितना हो जाएगा? t विल बी डिस्टेंस अपॉन स्पीड. ठीक है. x अपॉन 3. ठीक है. और इसके लिए t हो जाएगा 4 अपॉन y. ठीक है. अच्छा, अब हमें क्या करना है? इसने y डिस्टेंस कवर करना है. राइट. इसने डिस्टेंस y कवर करना है. सो द टाइम टेकन इज, द स्पीड इज, द डिस्टेंस इज y is equal to 4144. Okay. And for this x is equal to 4 is the speed and the time is 27. ठीक है. सो ये आ जाएगा. तो यहां से यहां तक ये कितना लेगा? यहां से यहां तक लेगा x अपॉन 3. x इज 108. सो ये लेगा 36 मिनट्स. और ये भी लेगा, दिस इज 144, सॉरी y अपॉन 4 होगा 144 by 4, दैट इज 36 मिनट्स. तो यहां से यहां तक 36 मिनट्स लेगा और ये भी 36 मिनट्स लेगा. ठीक है. सो 36 वी आर आस्क्ड अबाउट बिमल. राइट. सो बिमल कितना लेगा? 36 plus 27, 63 minutes. So T is, so in this case, remember that S1 ratio S2 is this and T is equal to root of T1 T2. ठीक है, ये दो चीजें ऐसे केस में याद रख लेना. ठीक है, अगर रेशियो ऑफ स्पीड पूछते हैं तो 3:4 होगा और टाइम इज अंडर रूट दिस. तो ये दो चीजें होती हैं जब दो लोग मिलते हैं एंड देन मूव टुवर्ड्स डेस्टिनेशन. ठीक है, ओके. So, next question: A and B start from a point P on a circle at the same time, with A moving clockwise and B moving anti-clockwise. They meet for the first time at 10 a.m. when A has covered 3/5 of the track. A returns to P at 10 and 12 a.m. Then B returns to P at what time? So it is exactly the same as previous question, just that वो circular track में दिया है. ठीक है, ये एक जगह पे पॉइंट पे मिलेंगे, फिर यहाँ से ए अपने डेस्टिनेशन को जाएगा. वही है, लाइन को हमने सर्कल बना दिया. प्रीवियस क्वेश्चन में क्या था? प्रीवियस क्वेश्चन में था कि ये यहाँ से यहाँ तक चल रहे थे, अब हमने इन पॉइंट को जोड़ दिया. ठीक है, इफ वी कनेक्ट दीज टू पॉइंट्स इट बिकम्स अ सर्कल. पहले वो इस एंड से चल के इधर आ रहा था, इस एंड से चल के इधर जा रहा था, अब ये सर्कल पे मिल रहे हैं. Yes, so all will be available by before the examination. So so two are already up on the site. The next two will be available before CAT, right? Maybe like I'm working on that today. So tomorrow probably I'll have the third mock up, and day after tomorrow fourth one. Okay, or then like every I'll have time post CAT. So by seventh you will have all the mocks available. Seventh or maximum eighth. So this question says that uh, they move in the circle and A moves clockwise and B moves anti-clockwise. They meet for the first time at 10 a.m. when A has covered 3/5 of the track. Right, so A and B are going. A moving clockwise, so A को इस तरफ भगाना है. Does not matter whether they move clockwise or anti-clockwise, by the way, but just that they should be in opposite directions. Okay, now they meet when A has covered 3/5 of the distance. ठीक है, so A has covered 3/5 of the distance. So A ratio B, speed of A ratio B is 3:2 because A has covered three parts, B has covered two parts. Okay, so what did I talk about in the previous question? That S of A ratio S of B is equal to root of time of B upon time of A, isn't it? So this is 3:2. So can I say that time of B upon time of A will be 9:4? Time means from the point they meet. Okay, it is not from that point, from the starting. It is from the point they meet. Okay, so time of B upon time of A is 9/4. Okay, so A takes 12 minutes after that. 10 a.m. से 12 a.m. 10:12 रहा. So this will be 27. So this will reach at 10:27 a.m. ठीक है, तो इस तरह के इस कॉन्सेप्ट के दो करा दिए. इस तरह के क्वेश्चन आ गए तो यू नो द स्ट्रेट वे. ठीक है, दैट रेशियो ऑफ स्पीड इज inversely proportional to the square root of the ratio of time after the meeting point. ठीक है, सो इस क्वेश्चन में वही चीज लगेगी. स्पीड ऑफ ए इन बी इज 3:2. सो टाइम विल बी ऑपोजिट ऑफ, मतलब वो टाइम ऑफ बी रेशियो ए विल बी 9:4. ठीक है, all right, so let's move ahead. So I hope you are enjoying this session. Let's solve some questions on time and work. So इसमें मैंने speed time distance के कुछ, that ratio is from the meeting point. ठीक है, that is not from the starting point. And starting point से वहां तक का time that will be इज इक्वल टू रूट ऑफ, अगर स्टार्टिंग यहाँ से पूछा जाएगा ना, ये पूछा जाएगा, स्टार्टिंग टाइम होगा ये रूट T1 T2, ठीक है। तो ये 12 है और 27 है, दैट विल बी 18, ठीक है। तो दैट मीन्स दे स्टार्टेड एट 9:42 से स्टार्ट हुए होंगे। अगर इसी क्वेश्चन में स्टार्ट टाइम पूछते ना तो 9:42 आ जाता। सो टाइम इज रूट ऑफ दिस, टाइम इज द इनिशियल टाइम व्हेन दे स्टार्ट, ठीक है। मतलब सॉरी, द फर्स्ट मीटिंग टाइम, बिकॉज दैट विल बी सेम, है कि नहीं। सो ये इनिशियल मीटिंग टाइम होता है और ये स्पीड होती है आफ्टर मीटिंग, आफ्टर मीटिंग दिस विल हैपन, एंड दिस इज द मीटिंग टाइम फ्रॉम स्टार्ट, ठीक है। तो ये याद रख लेना, ये मतलब ऐसी चीजें जो याद कर लो, स्टैंडर्ड फॉर्मेट होता है इसका, ठीक है। ओके, लेट्स मूव टू द नेक्स्ट थिंग। नाउ लेट्स डू दिस थिंग की 40% 12 है, नहीं नहीं, तो स्क्वायर रूट होता है ना, that is square root. So if it is 2:3, so that will be 9:4, स्क्वायर रूट लेते हैं उसका, इनवर्स का। नहीं, सेम डायरेक्शन से जब मूव करते हैं, सेम डायरेक्शन से मूव करने में नहीं होगा ना, वो ऑपोजिट डायरेक्शन से होगा लीनियर में, क्योंकि सेम डायरेक्शन से मूव करके वो एक पर्टिकुलर टाइम पे कैसे मिलेंगे, वो तो पहले ही आगे निकल जाएगा उससे, वो ऑपोजिट साइड से आ रहे होते हैं, तभी तो एक पॉइंट पे आके मिलेंगे। Okay, now this is the simplest that you can get in time and work. Okay, so 21, 24, let us say work is equal to LCM of this, which is 168. Okay, so अगर हम units की बात करें, A will do 8 units, B will do 7 units, ठीक है। जो सबसे सिंपल फॉर्म होता है टाइम एंड वर्क का, कि बीच में छोड़ के चला जाता है, ठीक है। सो A leaves and B completes the remaining work. Now that means that like B continues to work, ठीक है, ऐसा they started the work together, right? So B never leaves, right? So B will continue to do the work. So we have to find after how many days did A leave. So let us say X days. So X days we have A plus B both working, okay. So they will complete X into 15, that is 15X minutes. Then we have B alone for 9 days, we have only B, and B is doing 7 units, so 7 into 9, 63 units. We said the total work is 168 units, right? So we say 15X is equal to 105 or X equal to 7 days, ठीक है। सो चाहे ए बीच में छोड़ के चला गया या एक पाइप बीच में बंद कर दिया, सेम क्वेश्चन, ठीक है। टाइम एंड वर्क में पाइप और वो एक ही चीज है, वन एंड द सेम थिंग, ठीक है। या तो बीच में छोड़ के चला जाता है, बीच में पाइप बंद कर देते हैं, ओके। ऑलराइट, नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन। 12 गर्ल्स कैन कंप्लीट अ वर्क इन 21 days, 7 boys can finish the same work in 30 days. Find the time taken by 3 girls and 1 boy to complete the work. So this is converting into the same kind of workforce. सेम डिस्टेंस में, हाँ, तो मैनुअल करना पड़ता है, क्योंकि दे कैन मीट एट एनी पॉइंट, ठीक है। हो सकता है कि उसकी स्पीड और ज्यादा हो, तो उसमें देखना पड़ता है कि कहाँ पे मीट होगा। और हमें डिस्टेंस भी नहीं पता, मतलब डिस्टेंस भी वेरी हो सकता है ना, अगर वो डिस्टेंस ज़्यादा होगा, that will depend on the ratio of speed with respect to the total distance of that track. So when we have two different kind of workforce, we equate the work, right? In terms of boys, we like if you talk about girls, right? So it says that there are 12 girls and they are completing a work in 21 days. So if we look from the girls' perspective, it is 12 to 21, that is 252 girl days. Okay, 7 boys, 30 days. So if I look from the perspective of boys, it is 7 into 30, that is 210 boy days. Okay, so now we have one boy. So हम boy की efficiency निकाल देते हैं girl के term में. So 210 boy is equal to 252 girls. Okay, so one boy will be equal to, this is 42 into 6, we can say 6 by 5 girl. So the efficiency of boy is 6 by 5 times of a girl. Okay. Now what we will do is, we have 3 girls and 1 boy. So 3 girls plus 6 by 5 times of a girl. And so we have 15 plus 6, 21. Right. So एक girl होती है 252 days लेती है, मतलब if there is a one girl, 252 days. So we'll divide 252 by 21 by 5. ठीक है, so we will get 12 into 5, 60 days. So टाइम इन वर्क में प्रोपोर्शनलिटी इनवर्स होती है. ठीक है, ज्यादा लोग होंगे कम दिन लगेंगे. ओके, कम लोग होंगे सो ज्यादा दिन लगेंगे. दैट प्रोपोर्शनलिटी दैट नीड्स टू बी kept in mind. It is inversely proportional. Okay, so we'll get the answer as 60 days. So whenever you have two different kind of workforce, convert them into a single type. ठीक है, जैसे हमें 3 boys और 3 girls और 1 boy दिया था. So boy की efficiency निकाल दो girl के term में and equate that. You could have done the other way also. तुम girls को put करके वैसे भी आ जाता. ठीक है, अगर तुम यहाँ पे लिख देते गर्ल इज इक्वल टू 5/6 ऑफ अ बॉय, तो इसे भी कर सकते थे 5/6 इंटू 3 प्लस 1. ठीक है, सो यू वुड हैव सेड दैट 2.5 3.5 बॉयज. 3.5 डेज बॉयज कितने लेंगे, 210 था बॉयज के टर्म्स में. ठीक है, डिवाइडेड बाय 3.5, आंसर सेम आता, सो डज नॉट मैटर. ठीक है, सो यू कुड कन्वर्ट टू ईदर वन काइंड ऑफ वर्कफोर्स बाय जस्ट टेकिंग द रेशियो. Okay, so we have some cows and goats eating this feed. So a farmer buys a pile of hay to feed his cattle. 4 cows and 6 goats can feed it for 8 days. His neighbor buys the same pile and 3 cows and 7 goats can consume in 10 days. For how many days can 10 goats be fed on the same pile of hay? So what we do in this case is again equate the work. Remember that work is equal to workforce into time. वही मैं कह रहा हूँ ना, प्रोपोर्शनलिटी वाली चीज, राइट. ए इंटू बी इज इक्वल टू सी, ये चीज चलती है. टाइम इंटू स्पीड इज डिस्टेंस, वर्क इज वर्कफोर्स इंटू टाइम. सो इन द फर्स्ट केस इफ यू टॉक अबाउट, these are 4 cows plus 6 goats, they can feed for 8 days. Now they have the same pile, so that means 3 cows plus 7 goats into 10 days. ठीक है, So 4 to 5 times. So we'll find in terms of one of these. So we get 16 cow plus 24 goats is equal to 15 cows plus 35 goats. So we can say that one cow is equivalent to 11 goats. Okay, so we know this relationship. Now put in any one of those. Any one of the equations will satisfy this. Okay, so अगर इसमें रख देते cow is equal to 11 goats, so we will get, because हमें goats के लिए निकालना है, ठीक है, that is why we are converting cows to goats. So that means 44 plus 6, 50 goats, ठीक है, into 8, राइट. अब हमारे पास कितनी गोट्स हैं, 10 गोट्स हैं. तो हमारे पास टोटल वर्क इज 50 into 8, 400 goat days, because 50 goats into 8 days, 400 goat days. And if you have 10 goats, that means it will consume for 40 days. ठीक है, किसी भी इसी में भी रख लेते, बात एक ही पड़ जाती. ठीक है, अगर इसमें भी रख लेते ना, तो 3 cows will be 33, 33 into plus 7 is 40, 40 into 10, और यहाँ पे 10 से डिवाइड कर लेते क्योंकि 10 goats हैं, so you would get 40 days as the answer. ठीक है, so workforce into time is the total work done. ठीक है, चलो let's see the next question. If two men or women or five boys can do a piece of work in 310 hours, then how much time will one man, one woman, and one boy together take to complete the same piece of work? Normal equation से क्या? Previous one. So normal equation is basically whatever is the workforce into the time it takes. That is your total work done. चलो ये वाला देखते हैं फिर. ये क्वेश्चन इसमें क्या करना है? Now we have two men or three women or five boys. ठीक है, so that means two men is equivalent to three women is equivalent to five boys. ठीक है, अब क्या करते हैं, किसी एक में कन्वर्ट कर लेते हैं. ठीक है, लेट अस कन्वर्ट टू मेन, राइट, और विच एवर यू वांट टू, राइट. ठीक है, अगर तुम्हें मतलब लेट से इफ यू आर अ फीमेल यू वांट टू कन्वर्ट इनटू, इफ यू आर अ फेमिनिस्ट यू वांट टू कन्वर्ट टू वुमेन, you can convert to women. If you are a child you want to convert to child, you can convert that. ठीक है, does not matter, आंसर सेम आएगा. ठीक है, कुछ लोग सोचते हैं कि नहीं मेन में ही करना था, दिस इज पेट्रियार्की एंड ऑल दोस, कुछ लोग ऐसे भी बात करते हैं. ठीक है, सो अवॉइड दोस. here your objective is to solve the question. ठीक है, चाहे तुम किसी भी एंगल से करना चाहो. so if we talk about women, so women will be 2/3 of a man. ठीक है, and a child boy will be is equal to 2/5 of a man. ठीक है, सो आई वंस एनकाउंटर्ड दैट. देखिए मैं एक बार क्लास में पढ़ा रहा था, a girl asked me that why do they always show the efficiency of man more than woman. I said that that does not matter, it's a question. I mean in mathematics they give that a person buys 50 watermelons. ठीक है, बचपन में कराता था. So one should not take things like that way. I mean, some people, I don't know why do they get offended with such things. If you want to convert in terms of women, if you want to convert in terms of boy, it does not matter. ठीक है. So they convert it, they do that in 310 hours. ठीक है. So two men in 310 hours. ठीक है. So man will do in 620 hours. ठीक है. Now we have one man. I think the answers are incorrect of this. ठीक है. I created this question. I made a mistake in this. I mean multiply all these by 4. ठीक है. आंसर 4 टाइम्स आएगा इनका. One man plus one woman, one boy. ठीक है. So we have this as the total workforce. मैंने यहाँ पे इसको डिवाइड करके 155 ले लिया था. So the options are incorrect. One man plus one woman plus one boy. So 1 plus 2 by 3 plus 2 by 5. ठीक है. So 15 plus 10 plus 6. 31 by 15 men. ठीक है. So two men this, one man 620. आंसर आएगा आपका 620 into 15 by 31. That will be 300 आंसर आएगा आंसर. ठीक है. ये 4 टाइम्स ले लो. ये मतलब what I mistake, I just realized my mistake. ठीक है. While framing the question, I took 155 accidentally. Answer is not this. It is 300 hours. ठीक है. I'll correct it now. मैंने क्वेश्चन बनाया था आई टुक लाइक 155 और दैट्स व्हाई आई पुट 75 एज द ऑप्शन. ठीक है. हाँ, 300 hours will be the right answer. So whenever you have this kind of thing, this or this, so equate to one kind of workforce. ठीक है. So अगर let us say like if you want to convert in terms of women, right, you will get the same answer. So I'll show that also. So one, like if we talk about a man will be 3 by 2 times of a woman. ठीक है. And if we talk about a boy will be 3 by 5 of a woman. Okay. Now if we convert that one man plus one woman plus one boy, so 3 by 2 plus 1 plus 3 by 5. ठीक है. So just to show कि आंसर सेम आता है. So ये 10 आ जाएगा. This would be 15. 15 and this is 10. 25 plus 6 31. 31 by 10 women हो जाएंगी. ठीक है. 3 women take 310 hours. ठीक है. So sorry, हाँ, 3 वुमेन 310. सो 930 हो जाएगा एक वुमेन का. सो 930 इंटू 10 बाय 31. राइट. सो 30 टाइम्स इंटू 10, 300 आवर्स. ठीक है. सो ये याद रखना कि कन्वर्ट इंटू एनी वन ऑफ द वर्क फोर्स विच एवर यू लाइक. ठीक है. सो नॉट नेसेसरी कि मेन में ही कन्वर्ट करना होता है या कोई कराता है तो मेन में ही करवाता है. बॉयज में भी कन्वर्ट कर सकते हो. ठीक है. एक वर्कफोर्स. जैसे पिछला क्वेश्चन था काउ गोट. ठीक है. यू कुड हैव कन्वर्टेड इन टर्म्स ऑफ काउज आल्सो, बट क्वेश्चन गोट पे पूछा था इसलिए गोट पे कर लिया था. ठीक है. बट यहाँ पे न्यूट्रल क्वेश्चन है, सो यू कैन कन्वर्ट टू ईदर ऑफ them. Okay, so here's the next question. Pipes A and B can fill a tank alone in 18 minutes and 12 minutes. Another pipe C can empty the full tank in 16 minutes. Pipe A and B are opened together for 7 minutes. Then pipe B was closed and pipe C was opened for X minutes and then closed. Okay. If the total time taken to fill the tank is 39 minutes, find the value of X. Okay, thanks Arijit. I hope they help you score well in the examination. So how do we do this question? So again, there are three pipes that are there, and so A, B. First of all, let us put let us find the the volume of the tank, right? 18, 12, and 16. Right? So let the volume be LCM of these three. 18 and 12 का LCM is 36, and 16 में we feed, so volume be 144. Okay, so let us put the volume as 144. So if we talk about A will fill 8 units. Okay, B will fill 12 units, and C will empty 9 units. Now A and B are open together for 7 minutes. Okay. Then pipe B was closed and pipe C was open for X minutes and then closed. So what is happening is that A, B and C ऐसे टाइम फ्रेम देखो 39 मिनट्स. ठीक है, तो A 39 मिनट्स के लिए ओपन है पूरा. ठीक है, B इज ओपन फॉर 7 मिनट्स. तो B स्टार्टिंग के 7 मिनट्स के लिए ओपन है, और यहां से यहां तक C was open for X minutes and then closed. So we need to find this value of C, the value of X. ठीक है, we need to find the value of X for how much duration was this open. ठीक है, so total कितना भर जाएगा. So A is open from start till end. कहीं पे मेंशन नहीं है कि A बंद हुआ है. पाइप A और B स्टार्ट किए थे और B को क्लोज कर दिया, तो A तो पूरा चल रहा है. So A is 39 into 8. ठीक है, that is how much it will fill. B will fill 7 into whatever the rate is 12. ठीक है, and C is open for X minutes. राइट, सो माइनस सी कितना एम्प्टी कर रहा है, दैट इज 9 एम्प्टी कर रहा है ना, तो 9x, दिस टोटल इज इक्वल टू 144. दैट इज द टोटल वॉल्यूम ऑफ दिस थिंग. ठीक है, ऑलराइट. सो नाउ इफ वी सी दिस, कि we will get this 9x is equal to 39 into 8 is 312 plus 84 minus 144 minus 60 कर लो 252 आ जाएगा. ठीक है, सो दैट गिव्स अस x इज इक्वल टू 28 मिनट्स. इस तरह के क्वेश्चंस एक्सपेक्ट कर सकते हो जिसमें एक पाइप, देखो कैट में कुछ जो थोड़ा सा लेंदी बनाने का क्या तरीका है, एक पाइप था, फिर पाइप खोल दिया, फिर पाइप बंद कर दिया, फिर दूसरा पाइप चला दिया, ऑल्टरनेट चला दिए. ठीक है, तो अंडरस्टैंड द बेसिक थिंग इज वर्क फोर्स इनटू टाइम इज द टोटल वर्क. ठीक है, सो और क्योंकि यहाँ पे हम क्या करते हैं, वर्क को एलसीएम ले लेते हैं फॉर सिंप्लिसिटी. ठीक है, फ्रैक्शन से कभी मत करना. ओके, ऑलराइट, सो लेट्स सी द नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन. A tank of 100-liter capacity has two pipes fitted into it. The pipes fill the tank at 11 liter per minute and 7 liter per minute respectively. A third pipe empties the tank at the rate of 2 n liter per minute, where n is the nth minute of operation. Find the maximum capacity of the tank that can be filled. See, the best thing is like I think you might not have watched my marathon. That day also I told you कि do not spend too much time on a set. ठीक है, try to give equal time to sets. So what happens is, let us say the way I do is I do not solve a set completely. ठीक है, I solve it partially after, because initially it is impossible to judge unless कुछ अलग ही दिख जाता है कि हाँ ये बहुत लेंथी स्टोरी है, तो पता चल जाता है this is not something that we should try. बट अगर कोई नॉर्मल लेंथ का सेट दिखता है, यू कैन नॉट आइडेंटिफाई एट द फर्स्ट ग्लांस. ठीक है, इट इज इजियर सेट कि हाँ पढ़ लो 2 मिनट में समझ नहीं आता है. ठीक है, सो वंस यू स्टार्ट गोइंग थ्रू द स्टेटमेंट्स यू रियलाइज. सो गिव सम टाइम, लेट अस से यू गिव 5-7 minutes टू अ सेट, देन यू रियलाइज कि नहीं ये अच्छे से नहीं होने वाला अभी. राइट, सो what do you do in that case is see the questions. Maybe some questions can help you. If they can, good. Like अगर एक दो question होते हैं, it is better to like jump to another set by spending 5-7 minutes and attempting one question, then attempt spending entire 15 minutes on a set. तो 5-7 मिनट के बाद दूसरा देखो, कोई तो होगा जो डुएबल होगा. ठीक है, एटलीस्ट लाइक इफ यू आर गुड there will you will easily find two doable sets in the examination. Okay, and then as I said that once you get that point कि कुछ तो evidently दिख जाता है कि आसान है. ठीक है, and some is based on your abilities. Let us say you are good with arrangement based, तो arrangement आप कर लेते हो. ठीक है, या फिर आप कोई number based puzzles में अच्छे होते हो तो आप वो कर लेते हो. ठीक है, but at times it is a completely new thing. You do not know what to do in this. Okay, which will be the case in the examination. You will find surprises in the examination. So spend some time, then move on to another set. Okay, and then keep switching between the sets. This is how you maximize your performance. Now this is an interesting question. It is not just time and work, it is about something else. कोई दूसरे टॉपिक से क्वेश्चन है indirectly. If I say, हाँ चार्ट जनरली इजी रहता है. Chart based questions most of the times they are easy, and especially if there are unusual charts ना, they will be even simpler. Unusual मतलब जैसे scatter plot दे दिया, या like if you see past papers you will like जो अजीब तरह के चार्ट आए होते हैं ना, जो non conventional charts, they are generally easy ones. Now see how to tackle this question is सिंपल सी बात है. ए जो पाइप है वो 11 लीटर्स पर मिनट भर रहा है, सेकंड पाइप 7 भर रहा है. ठीक है, थर्ड पाइप 2 एन लीटर पर मिनट खाली कर रहा है, वेयर एन इज द nth मिनट. सो इफ वी टॉक अबाउट द फर्स्ट मिनट, व्हाट विल हैपन, 11 प्लस 7 माइनस 2. ठीक है, कितना हो गया, 16 लीटर भर जाएगा. सेकंड मिनट की बात है. ठीक है, सो 11 प्लस 7 माइनस 4, सो इट विल बी 14 लीटर. थर्ड मिनट में क्या होगा, थर्ड मिनट में इट विल बी 11 plus 7 minus 6, that is equal to 12. ठीक है, so this is an arithmetic progression. ठीक है, तो जीरो से पहले वाले तक देख लो, जीरो भी देख लो कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ेगा. यहाँ तक टू लीटर जब तक भर रहा होगा है, वहां तक देख लो. अगर जीरो भी देख लोगे कोई आंसर में चेंज नहीं आएगा, वही आएगा आंसर, क्योंकि उस मिनट में 0 लीटर भरेगा तो उतना ही मैक्सिमम होगा, नेगेटिव नहीं जाना चाहिए. ठीक है, सो यहाँ से यहाँ तक कितने हो गए, इट इज एन एपी. सो 2 to 16 कितने हो गए, 8 टर्म्स हो गए, 8/2 ए प्लस एल, 2 + 16. ठीक है, सो 18, दिस इज 18 इंटू 4, 72 लीटर. 100 लीटर कैपेसिटी है, 72 लीटर भर जाएगा. आफ्टर दैट अगर नेक्स्ट वाला लोगे इसमें जीरो आएगा, सो इट डज नॉट मैटर, 72 पे ही रहेगा. ठीक है, फिर उसके बाद -2 हो जाएगा, -4 हो जाएगा, -6 हो जाएगा, फिर ये कम होने लगेगा. Okay, so it was a question based on arithmetic progression rather than on time and this pipe based. ठीक है. All right, so let's see the next question. Mukesh and Nilesh working together can finish a job in n days. If Mukesh works alone and completes the job, he will take n plus 20 days. If Nilesh works alone and completes the same job, he will take n plus 45 days. What is the value of n? This is a standard question type. ठीक है, एक स्टैंडर्ड क्वेश्चन टाइप होता है, इसका एक फॉर्मूला होता है. जैसे वो टाइम वाला बताया था ना मैंने, वो जो मिलते हैं मीटिंग पॉइंट उसके बाद वहां जाते हैं. सो इट आल्सो इज अ स्टैंडर्ड वन. हाउ मेनी इफ यू नो दिस, जस्ट नो द स्टैंडर्ड टाइप इन दिस केस. ठीक है, इसमें आपको कैलकुलेशन नहीं करना है, क्योंकि अगर आप क्वाड्रेटिक बना के सॉल्व करोगे तो बहुत टाइम लगेगा. एक तो होगा इसमें ऑप्शन आएगा, ऑप्शन आएगा तो ऑफकोर्स फिर भी आप ऑप्शन पुट करके देख लोगे. ठीक है, थीटा आ गया तो क्वाड्रेटिक बनेगी. थीटा आ गया तो लोग ऐसे करेंगे ना, एन डेज में करता है मुकेश, टेक्स n plus 20, 1/n+20 प्लस 1/n+45, दैट इज इक्वल टू 1/n. ये करोगे आप. ठीक है, फिर आप n के लिए सॉल्व करोगे, ऐसा नहीं करना है. Remember this, whenever you are given that they do it n days, one takes n plus 20. So n is equal to under root of these two, product of these two, 20 into 45. So you get the answer as 30 days. ठीक है, एक स्पेशल टाइप होता है टाइम एंड वर्क में, ये याद रख लेना. ठीक, हो सकता है ये आईएफटी में आया हुआ था इस तरह का क्वेश्चन। आई थिंक लास्ट टू लास्ट ईयर आया था। ठीक है, सो जिसे ये आता होगा वो स्ट्रेट अवे आंसर कर सकता है। Okay, so whenever you have this kind of question wherein it says that a person takes, collectively they do it in n days, and a person takes n plus x and another person takes n plus y, so n is equal to under root of xy. How many of you knew this? किसे किसे पता था ये होता है? Did anyone know कि ये एक प्रॉपर्टी होती है स्पेशल केस की? ये नहीं पता था, पहली बार पता चला। Okay, नहीं भी पता था, कोई बात नहीं। Now you know, right? That's the advantage of attending this class, that you got to know this new property. Okay, so hopefully it will help you sometime, right? It might help, not guaranteeing though. Okay. Okay, so that is for this class. I hope you enjoyed this class wherein we practiced the common variants of questions that you can get in time, speed, distance, and time and work. Okay, and I have conducted previous workshops also. Okay, I will share the means like you can search on my channel. I will create a playlist also for that. Okay, so I have covered like different thing. I have covered number system. I have covered algebra. Okay, I have covered arithmetic. That part one was previous, all other topics, profit loss, percentage वो सब. Today we did two, in which we did these two specific things. और इसमें से कुछ ना कुछ, like definitely I'm telling you, some of the things will be asked from this. I've also done geometry, I've also done modern maths. ठीक है, so all of those videos you can find over here, and if you wish to just revise those. वैसे I would suggest कि आप रेस्ट करो 2 दिन, ठीक है, कोई नया ऐसे कुछ नहीं मिलेगा सीखने को। बट हाँ, ये चीज़ एक चीज़ मिल पड़ी तुम्हें अचानक से, ठीक है, दैट इज जस्ट दैट यू आर एट द राइट प्लेस एट द right time. Okay, that is something, there's a saying, right, at the being at the right place at the right time, so that was the lucky thing for you. हो सकता है किसी ऐसे एग्जाम में, मतलब नॉट सेइंग कि कैट में आएगा, किसी में भी अगर आ जाए तो यू विल रिमेंबर दिस, ठीक है, एंड दैट विल बी एबल टू, यू वुड बी एबल टू डू दोस क्वेश्चंस इमीडिएटली। लेक्चर्स अभी देखना कोई ऐसे ही जरूरी नहीं है, इट्स जस्ट दैट योर विश, ठीक है, जस्ट दैट डू नॉट ट्राई टू लर्न अ न्यू टॉपिक, ठीक है। All right, so I will do something. So, all right, so I'll take some session. I'll talk about certain things. Ki, see, I myself do not get the perfect accuracy, but there are certain hacks that I would suggest you to apply. Okay, I'll probably create some video on that as well. All right, so just 3 days for the left for the examination. So just chill out, just relax. Okay, and like no need to study anything new. Just have confidence in yourself, because you're not going to learn anything new in these days. Okay, it's just that I took some revision sessions. There was a huge demand from students. They wanted to take a session, so I did that. Okay, so on the day of the examination, I'll be conducting the exam analysis. Although I'll be appearing in the third shift, I'll let you know about the paper feedback from my students, those who appeared for the test. Okay, and in the third slot, especially, I'll be able to give uh, the more appropriate feedback, okay, based on my own experience. Okay, so all the best for the examination. Just chill, have confidence in yourself. You will do well. Okay, and then even if you do not do well, don't worry. There are other upcoming MBA examinations, and I'll be bringing classes for them as well. Okay, so thank you for watching this class. Have a great day ahead. Goodbye.